What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, NBA DFS video. We are back. It is Thursday. It is March 20th. It is PGA Day. It is March Madness. But we still have a 5-game NBA slate that I wanted to bring to you. So if you're new to the channel, which we've had a few new people in the past couple of days, you guys have jumped into the free Discord, which you can find down below. Speaking of, we had a new person who found us the first day of baseball when we did the showdown breakdown. I think it was they played $94 worth of entries and they cashed out 90 or 930 or something like that. They damn near 10 times their entries, which is exactly what we want to see. So be on the lookout. Our algorithm, our simulations, they've been killing it, and I cannot wait. We got 1 week until baseball, and we are going to do everything for you. So at the end of the video, I'm going to link you guys to a video to kind of show you how we break down a big baseball slate. The video is like 40 to 45 minutes, but I wanted to bring that to you. But if you are new to the channel, we try to have giveaways every single day. There are 2 ways to win. First way, you got to like this video, you got to be a subscriber to this channel, and you got to leave a comment on the video. You do all of those, and this video gets at least 50 likes, you will have a chance to win a free week of FTA+. That is a week of all sports, not just NBA. 100 likes on this video, a chance at a free month. 150 likes, a free year. 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass. Second way to win, somewhere in this video, there'll be a keyword or key phrase. Be on the lookout for it and type that in. If you don't hear it, go check the pinned comment like yesterday. I did forget. And then you can type that in and have a second chance at a free week. Now, yesterday's video did not hit 50 likes. For whatever reason, the views have been way down the past like week and a half, and it seems like it's just YouTube's algorithm and it goes through ebbs and flows. I understand that, which is kind of annoying, but we are here. Hopefully you're watching us and hopefully you bring home the bacon. So that being said, we are going to have the giveaway from the keyword from yesterday. Not too many people put the keyword in there. It's 1 in 15 chance, and I don't even think all 15 comments had it in there. So we are going to see who the winner is, and we'll just keep doing it and we will see. Jellybean Gorilla Tag, thank you. I love this content. I'm glad to have you on board. That is a brand new name. I don't know how you found us, but I'm very glad you did. William Fasanella, that's 2 days in a row that your comment was picked, but you didn't have the keyword. I had coffee today. There we go. Doctors Jimmy. I don't know how you say it. Congratulations, that is a new name. The keyword was Hump Day for Wednesday, so please email me dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp, the number 1 at gmail.com. Let me know if you have a username on the site. If you do not, let me know a username, email, and password, and we will get you set up. So what we do is anytime we have at least 5 games on the slate, we're going to give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position. And the value picks will change throughout the day because we're at the part of the season where a lot of people are sitting. We've already got some people ruled out. We've got some people that are game time decision. We got some people that didn't play yesterday and they're still game time decision whether or not they'll play today, which kind of stinks, but that's where we're at in the season. So that's why I'm kind of slowing down with NBA, but we are ramping up for MLB. So you have 1 week to go. If you guys want to sign up for a $10 weekly pass just to kind of see what we bring to the table, go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, go to the FTA Plus tab, and sign up for your weekly pass. We have, until the start of the MLB season, we are offering a $199 yearly pass for only $75. So if you email me dfshelp1@gmail.com and say you want that, we will set you up. But once the MLB season starts, that full year for every sport will go back up to $199. So this will be your last week you can possibly check us out before we get into the full season. So that being said, we're going to go through 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks. Mid picks are about 8K or below on DraftKings. Value picks are about 5K or below. We're looking for at least 5.5 to 6 times value at the bare minimum. And throughout the day, simulations will occur. So we do 10,000 simulations before this video. We do 10,000 in the afternoon. Check the website about an hour to an hour and a half before tip. Probably an hour now the way it's going and the way people are sitting so late in the day. Like Zach Levine was out for personal, so that bumped up a ton of value there. And I think that's kind of what we're going to see the rest of the way. That's why I hate this part of the season, but we are bringing it to you. So that being said, Vegas odds right now. Knicks at Charlotte. We've got the Knicks as a 7.5 point favorite, 222.5 over under. You got Brooklyn at Indiana. Indiana's 9.5 point favorite, 227.5. You got Toronto at Golden State. Golden State right now, 14.5 point spread, 226.5 over under. You got Chicago at Sacramento. Sacramento 6.5 point favorite, 236.5 over under, and then Milwaukee at the Lakers. Milwaukee only a 2.5 point favorite, 225.5 over under. So the one game that does scare me is Golden State blowing them out, and then we paying up for Steph, or we're paying for someone else, and they sit in the entire fourth quarter. That's what would upset me a little bit. So that being said, these are early simulations, this is your first look, and at the end of the video, we're going to build you a DraftKings lineup, and we're going to build you a Fanduel lineup that are built for tournaments. So let's jump right into it. So looking at the point guard position, right now, Luka is at the top, going against Milwaukee, 27th DVP, projected early right around 60 fantasy points. Steph against Toronto. My only problem here is, if it is in fact a blowout and we paid up $9,200 for Steph, and then he sits. But we've got a 22nd DVP for him, so hopefully he's hitting those threes and he's getting all the points before it happens. We're looking at about 44 to 48 fantasy points. We got Josh Giddey against Sacramento, about 43 to 45 fantasy points. So we move to the mid-tier, like I said, right around the 8K or below mark. I got Malik Monk going up against Chicago, 28 DVP. I would like Malik even more if Levine is out again. So I've got Malik Monk here, 28 DVP, about 37 to 40 fantasy points. Emmanuel quickly against Golden State in the team that's supposed to be getting blown out. Hopefully he doesn't sit because of that. About 32 to 35. And then Brandon Podziemski against Toronto, 22nd DVP, about 27 to 30. I think Podziemski could see a little bit more run if they go up big and Steph sits. But then he was hurt and he missed a couple of games. That scares me a little bit as well. So again, this part of the season it's okay, but I cannot wait for MLB. And I know a lot of you guys cannot wait for MLB either. And then that brings us down to D'Angelo Russell, right around 27 to 30 fantasy points. So then we're looking at value. Just sort of some value right down here. Nick Smith Jr. against the Knicks, 22 to 25. Jamal Sheed, 21 to 25. And Gabe Vincent, if he gets in there for the Lakers, 27 DVP for Milwaukee, 19 to 22 fantasy points. Now, if we look at Gabe Vincent here, game log-wise, the minutes have been there for him, 28, 27. He's done pretty good with them. Going up against Milwaukee, it would be awesome if Giannis is out, but I don't see him missing this game. But Gabe Vincent as a cheap option here is completely in play, especially in a 5-game slate where you got to get a little creative, find some of that value to be able to pay up at other positions. So then we've got Austin Reeves, about 42 to 45. We've got Kobe White right around 39 fantasy points. We got Michael Bridges right around 30 to 34 fantasy points. Mid-tier in this range, you can see it's just a drop off, 8,200 then down. Not a ton, but if we are looking at Keon Johnson against Indy, 15 DVP, 27 to 30 fantasy points. Miles McBride going against Charlotte, 21st DVP, 27 to 30 fantasy points. Andrew Nembhard about 27 to 30 fantasy points as well. And then your value, right around 5K or below is what we're looking at, depending on where we're at. So we've got Tyrese Martin. The minutes are weird here. So played 33, then 19. It was a close game. It's been up and down. But again, value plays are going to open up throughout the day. You're going to need some of these. Pretty much up until the playoffs start, I feel like it's going to have to be a stars versus scrubs type build the rest of the way, because you're just having so many people ruled in or out. So Martin right around 23 to 25. AJ Lawson for Toronto, playing from behind, about 22 to 25. Hopefully he gets those minutes. Then you got Zaire Williams against Indy, 25th DVP, about 22 to 25 fantasy points as well. Moving to the small forward. Now, Levine was out for a personal reason. I don't know if he's going to be in or out yet. Early simulations do not have a ton, but if he is out again, then yeah, Keon Ellis, Devin Carter, Keegan Murray, all could get a boost here. LeBron is out for how long until he's out? Yeah, one more week. So probably maybe looking at next week or so. Luke has been able to hold it down for him anyway. So looking at this, we got Scotty Barnes at the top here against Golden State, about 40 to 44 fantasy points. DeMar DeRozan against Chicago would be even better with LaVine out, about 39 to 42. Now, here's the thing. Sacramento played on Wednesday. Sometimes in a second game of a back-to-back, they hold back a little bit or they don't play as well. So look at how the players play, and they ride on them things like every day, and see how they do on a second game of a back-to-back. Some are good, some are not good. You got Jimmy Butler right around 38 to 42 fantasy points. Mid-tier, right around here. Josh Hart, about 37 to 42. OG Anunoby in that same game, about 36 to 38. And Kevin Huerter, right around 26 to 28 fantasy points. And then we got to find some value down here. I don't know how much Goodwin will play. But, yeah. Pretty good, pretty decent numbers when he gets the minutes. So 28, 30 minutes, I would love that. Goodwin at 4,600 got him about 22 to 25. Buddy Hield against Toronto. Buddy Hield, I think, if Golden State goes up as big as they think that they're going to, I think Hield is one of those that might stay on the court and play a little bit more. Got him right around 22 to 25. Then I got Daquan Jeffries against the Knicks, 20 to 24 fantasy points. Now, before we get into the power forward, the keyword of the day is the hobby, or the key phrase is the hobby. And I say that because I have a friend who had just like 4 totes of baseball cards. Some were in boxes, some were not. He said, have them, go through them, see if you find anything, it's all yours. So I was going through, and I know it's the 90s, it's the what do we call it? The oversaturation market. So I was just going through and I was going to look at them, and the one set is 1994 or 93, and it is looking at Derek Jeter. Now, Derek Jeter, it's the big one is the draft picks one that everyone wants. I actually found a Derek Jeter Future Stars. I was very hopeful that it would be there and be a big card, but it's not. And there's some unopened packs in these totes. I mean, these totes are big totes. I found a couple of 2002 Topps Series 1. Open it up, nothing. I found 2001, 2002 NBA, hoping for a Kobe. Didn't have it. I opened up a 2001 Fleer football, and I found a Michael Vick numbered rookie in this unopened pack. And if he didn't do that one bad thing with those dogs, that would be a hell of a card. So, my question to you, do you guys collect? And who is your PC? Who is your personal collection that you like to collect? I'm very upset that Michael Vick did the bad things, because that would be a very nice priced card, is what I'll say. Okay, so now we're into power forward. Giannis questionable, is going to ride that questionable tag all year, but probable. Played the 18th, had 51.25. My problem is he's expensive, and looking at that, we need at least 70 out of him to pay off that 11,000 plus out of him. Not much. Hasn't hit that in a while against the Lakers. I think I'd rather pay for Luka if I'm going to be paying up for Stars and Scrubs lineup. Current projections, I have him right around 56 to 60, though. Against the Lakers, it is 8th DVP. You got Pascal Siakam against Brooklyn, 18th DVP, 39 to 42. We've got Draymond Green against Toronto, 17th DVP, 32 to 35 fantasy points. Mid-tier, I'm looking at Keegan Murray even more if LaVine is out again for whatever personal reason it is. Against Chicago, 21st DVP, 28 to 32. Kyle Kuzma against the Lakers, 28th DVP, so a fantastic matchup for him. Looking about 25 to 28 fantasy points. And then that is it really for mid-tier. Value-wise, Matas Buzelis. Looking, I think that's how you say his name, I'm not really sure. 23 to 25. Obi Toppin against Brooklyn, 22 to 25. I think Toppin could have a little bit more run here if Indy does go up big on Brooklyn, and I think he could get a little bit more run. And then Trendon Watford against Indy, 22 to 25 fantasy points. Now we go to the center position. You could use Giannis, I get that. But we got Karl Anthony Towns. 20th DVP against Charlotte. Hopefully it's not as big a blowout as they think it will, because I think Towns could sit, but he's always a double-double threat. I'm looking at about 45 to 48. Mark Williams about 40 to 44. Jonas Valanciunas against Chicago. He would be another one that gets a boost if LaVine is out. It is a back-to-back though, so pay attention there. 36 to 40 fantasy points there. We look at mid-tier. Miles Turner right around 32 to 35. Jacob Poeltl is questionable. I'm trying to see. He had rest purposes on Monday, so he should be good to go. The minutes are weird with him, though. You got 26, 24, 24, 17, 25, then he rested on Monday. The minutes are what scares me. We got him early, about 29 to 32. Nick Claxton right around 28 to 30 fantasy points. And then if you are one that's paying down at center, looking for some sort of value here, Brook Lopez right around 26 to 28. Orlando Robinson right around 24 to 28. And Jackson Hayes against Milwaukee right around 24 to 28 as well. Now, again, value is going to open up throughout the day. This is 100% a fact. That is what's going to happen. I'll tell you, go check out the website. Under the NBA tab, you guys can see we have Vegas odds all the way down to a cheat sheet. On that cheat sheet, you can see about 6 to 7 plays for cash at each position and 6 to 7 plays for tournaments for each position. On top of that, we have some optimal lineups that we've built using our simulations that are a great starting point, not an end-all be-all. And just like that, we are going to show you a FanDuel lineup that is a tournament pick. It is a first look. Some of these plays will probably change throughout the day. Someone inevitably here will be ruled out or rest or get sick with a tummy bug or blah, blah, blah on shoot-around. I feel like that's going to happen. So take these as a starting point. These are tournament only. They are not for cash. So as you can see, went from Josh Giddey all the way down to Mark Williams. I love how Mark Williams couldn't pass his physical for the Lakers, but he's also been pretty decent and looks like he's okay since then. But that is a FanDuel lineup for you. And now we will build a DraftKings lineup for you. Now again, a lot of this is contingent on some value. So Kevin Porter Jr. is a value pick. The minutes are about, we're looking probably about 20 minutes-ish is what you're looking for. He's had a couple of great games and a couple of duds going up against the Lakers. He has faced them 3 times this year, and he's actually averaged 22.5 fantasy points per game against them. At $3,700, that is a perfect price. More, you're paying down, you're paying up. More of, it just depends. Kevin Huerter's kind of the mid-tier there. Anunoby here against the Charlotte Hornets. Draymond going up against Toronto. Splits-wise, he's not faced them this year. Minutes are 30 plus and 30, what you're looking for at baseline. Any player is at least 1.1 fantasy point per minute. So if someone's playing 36 minutes, take 36 times 1.1, and that is the minimum that you're looking for. That is not just that is it and that's all. So just be careful with that. Zach Collins against Sacramento, a cheap center option. Game logs coming off not a good game, up and down. And again, these are tournaments. I'll probably mess with these lineups a little bit, but we do have Zach Collins there as a cheap option. So then we are able to pay up for Curry. We've got Steph, not Seth. You got Kuminga, another one that I think should get a little run. I think Curry should have his way here at Toronto. If we look at splits, faced him once this year, 47.3. Not the biggest number I would like. I would like the 46 or 50 plus, 55, 73 would be perfect. 70 would be just a dream out of Curry, to be honest. And then you got Josh Giddey. You got him here at 8,500. Price is up there, but his matchup there against Sacramento would be a great matchup if LaVine is out. Averaged 38.8 fantasy points per game against them in the one game they played. He had a little bit of off game with field goals made, 4 of 9. 11 rebounds, 7 assists, no blocks, 1 steal, 12 points. If you can get a little bit more, I am okay with that as well. So there you go. That is a FanDuel lineup. That is a DraftKings lineup. Those are some of the projections and some of the simulations that we have. Any questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. Hopefully the YouTube algorithm gods bless us for this 5-game Thursday slate. depending on when you watch this video, already got the PGA out there. It might have already started. Again, it just depends on when you watch this video. The cheat sheet is updated for PGA. Our Bacon Station is updated for the PGA. We are good to go there. Saturday, MMA. So I'm curious. It's overseas, so it's probably an early start time for the MMA, I would assume. Hopefully it's not a stupid time, though. Noon. Okay, noon is fine. Noon is fine. We have had some when they're in Dubai where it's like a 5 a.m. start time, which is okay. I mean, you could wake up and have money in your account if you wake up at like 9, 4 hours later. But yeah, so MMA is early. Golf, depending on when it starts, depending on when you watch this, 6:35 East a.m. is kind of what we're looking at. So let's have a fantastic Thursday. Hopefully your brackets don't bust on day one. Hopefully you guys are watching the tournament. I thought we'd have enough interest to get a FTA sports bracket. It just wasn't meant to be this year. Maybe next year. And we are looking on and upwards for a great Thursday. Let's have a great night, and then we'll be back tomorrow with your NBA content for your Friday slate.